yes, the fact that it comes hard on the heels of a very successful meeting between the US and the Russian presidents in Washington is interesting politically. But I would suggest also that we could sort of delve behind the scenes a little bit. First of all, the intelligence agencies in the US have been very much under attack over the last year or two for a whole number of reasons. Their involvement in things like extraordinary rendition, torture, surveillance of domestic political activists, things like that. So to go to an good old-fashioned Cold War spy story and regain a bit of credibility, I think is probably something that they would aspire to. So this is very much sort of familiar territory. Everyone loves a good spy story, and I think this is pure propaganda. But I think there's also another aspect to that as well, and that's very much the insider view. Within the intelligence world, there are competing agencies. I think at the last count, there are at least 17 agencies in the US. And they all vie for position and prestige and resources and staff numbers. So, of course, if the FBI can produce this wonderful result suddenly out of the blue, then their credit will skyrocket and they will go up the pecking order. So I think there's a whole range of layers behind this sudden arrest, the political only being one of them. I think it's more likely that perhaps more hardline factions within the American administration perhaps egged on the FBI to try and get them to come up with this result because of the need to keep a sort of strategy of tension between the USA and Russia. Of course, if you have a strategy of tension, then what you get is additional military air bases in the Central Asia area and things like that, which of course is very good for big business, particularly companies like Halliburton that tends to build and supply these sort of bases to the US government. And many people who used to be involved in the old administration, the neocon administration, of course, are very closely linked to those sort of companies. So I think, one, it's a political advantage for the hardliners, and two, it's of great economic advantage, potentially, to a number of big US corporations.